So let's go ahead and give a warm welcome to Carla.
Thanks, Stefan. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak and update you guys on the food bank. I do know almost everybody. I have not been making a lot of Rotary meetings mid-Thursday. I miss everybody so much, and I'm super excited to be here and share with you all. I absolutely love what I get to do every day. I just feel incredibly blessed and humble to do what I get to do. So I'm going to go through a presentation. I am not really great with technology. I have a really great personal assistant, everybody knows too, Laura Mino. She is not here currently. I think also most of you heard last week, John talk that she is on a 10 college tour trip in the South, checking out Ole Miss and Alabama and Georgia and such. So I'm going to take a few seconds to share my screen and such, and hopefully I do it right. So just a second. All right, can everybody see it now? So welcome to Arlington Food Bank. We've been here, I think everybody knows, since 1981, and we moved to our new building in 2014, and a lot of things have changed since COVID. We began serving the community outside in the beginning of March when COVID hit. Some food banks in South Snohomish County were tested positive for COVID, so we immediately decided to close our building to keep our environment safe because we serve so many. And so systems changed quickly and rapidly, and we pivoted and adjusted. But I'm going to go through a little bit, kind of going back and forth between how we've changed with COVID and without. So our mission here at the food bank is to ensure no one in North Snohomish County goes hungry and to work to end hunger at its root cause. 1 in 8 people face hunger in Western Washington. 1 of 5 of those kids go hungry. Most of our clients have jobs, and nearly all visitors to the food bank own their own homes, which is a big myth that people didn't realize about food banking, myself included when I came here. Many people are forced to choose. Coming to the food bank has helped alleviate a lot of that. They're forced to choose between food, utilities, and medicine. A little bit about our team. We're led by a board of directors, currently of 9 people, various community members. Our executive board consists of our president, most of you know, is Mike Simpson. His wife, Mel, is a member of our Rotary Club. Our vice president is Ed Thomas. Our treasurer is Tony Nicholas, and our secretary is Brenda Peckham. I'm the executive director. I've been here for just under 2 years. I'm responsible for the operations, securing and coordinating funding, community donations, and overseeing our volunteers. We're really make things happen with all our community volunteers. We would not be able to serve with so many of our selfless volunteers. On average, I have about 60 volunteers each week, donating 1,300 hours a month. What to expect when you're volunteering. We have something for every skill set, even those who cannot come into the food bank, especially with COVID-19. We have seen an increase of 76% with individual and family visits. We simply would not be able to provide basic emergency and supplemental food needs without the community's financial support and volunteer labor. Things you can expect when volunteering. Preparation for distribution by sorting and creating fresh grocery rescue items, such as produce, baked goods, and deli items. So grocery rescue includes pickup from grocery stores like Grocery Outlet, Hagen's, Walmart, Albertsons, Big Lots, Costco. We receive about 20 to 40,000 pounds of food from these stores every month. And it includes items that are right at Best By dates or a few days past. The USDA has consumer guidelines. For instance, milk is good 10 days past the best by date. Cottage cheese is good for 14 days past. Produce, obviously is what it looks like, smells like, feels like. And so the volunteers go through the items that
my chart.
I have no idea. You bear with me. Can somebody hear? Somebody's. I'm not sure what that is.
Somebody's in there, wherever they're sitting there.
I think it's Yola's background music.
We
Okay.
take the safety of our patients, their loved ones, and staff seriously. Our environmental services team operates 24 hours a day, providing our clinics and hospitals with
The host
frequent
should be able to
professional
mute
cleaning.
Yola's microphone.
Extra attention is given to high-touch surfaces, public spaces, and inpatient areas. Quality inspections are performed daily by Environmental Services leadership. We are proud of our team's focus on cleanliness, which has led to consistently high marks.
So Carla, if you unmute yourself, then you should be okay. Carla, just unmute yourself, please.
Oh, I see. There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So when that started, it muted me. All right. So other things to expect when you're volunteering is, sorting and creating incoming inventory, cleaning and organizing the warehouse, and helping with shopping and delivering at our curbside distribution. So something that's changed a lot because of COVID, like I said, we closed our warehouse. So we deliver in the parking lot. And this is something we have had to pivot and adapt to a lot. Initially, we closed the building and people walked up to the building and came to our door, and we were delivering boxes directly to their hands. And then we had them pull into the parking lot and we pushed carts straight to their cars, walked away, and they self-loaded their cars. And then recently, when the weather started to shift and it started to get dark earlier, I decided this was not going to be safe to be pushing grocery carts kind of behind cars with them backing up, and what happens when it starts to snow and ice. So just a few weeks ago, we completely changed the parking lot, covered up the old parking stalls and restriped it like ferry lanes. And it's a complete drive-through. So there's 4 big lines like a ferry lane, and then people pull straight through and they don't get out of their vehicle at all. And we load their vehicle for them. So it's much more efficient. We can get more cars in and out of our lot. The city of Arlington's, of course, been a great partner, very supportive. They took out some of the bumpers and extended our lot through our north gravel entrance. And HCI Steel is actually going to install a covered area coming out of my north exit door. So my grocery carts coming out that door will be covered for 25 feet to protect those volunteers delivering the grocery carts for a longer period of time. And Jim Kelly is working on a service project to build a little covered area for the person standing out on the road at the point of entrance, giving out the registration forms, which is myself every night. So it'll be great at some point to be covered out there, because it's about a 2.5 hour period that we're out there greeting the cars. So last night we had distribution for the holidays, and we had 103 vehicles in 90 minutes come through, which, it was very windy and very rainy. The service time was 90 minutes, but we're out there a half an hour before service. So standing out there for 2 hours in the wind and the rain is not real pleasant. So it'll be really nice to get kind of like a bus stop shelter. This is a graph showing the pounds of food served from this January to the end of October compared to a year ago. So you can see the increase in poundage. Something that's kind of interesting about this graph is we reduced the amount of food served in May because of COVID. We were really concerned about our supply of food. As most of you noticed in the grocery stores, the shelves became really empty. Our food supply also became really limited. And so we did not know I'm involved on an emergency management call and a team for Snohomish County. Ty Trineri is the emergency management coordinator for Snohomish County, and I'm on that team. And we knew it was going to be a long-term, supply issue for food. So we reduced the poundage from the normal 120 to 150 pounds per cart based on family size down to 90 pounds. So even reducing that amount of poundage going out to customers, you can see the total pounds that were being served each month. This is the total pounds we've served, 692,000 plus pounds. Compared to the previous pounds, it's more than doubled. I think we served about 330,000 pounds the year before. Pretty significant. This is a graph showing the individuals served by age group. This graph is a little bit skewed, again, because of COVID. In March, we stopped taking information regarding specific families in the household for safety. So rather than getting all the family data, we were simply serving one car at a time and not getting all the information because, we didn't know if the virus could spread on paper or anything. So all we were doing was just serving cars and just saying one person in the household. So we didn't have complete data. But even with lack of information from March through July, the numbers are still increased significantly. This is information showing the pounds of food that we've received. And again, this is significantly increased, which is really surprising. In some ways, the federal government really stepped up with COVID with some CARES Act money, which is helped both ways. Even though a lot of small businesses have been shut down, and one thing that it affected was farmers, the federal government stepped in and supported farmers, agriculture, dairy farmers, cattle farmers, and bought their product, and that normally would go to restaurants, and bought that product and shipped it to food insecurity agencies. And so that's where our food supply came from. And because normally we are getting in-kind contributions from the community, and our donations from the community at large have decreased by about 20,000 pounds a month since March. And so combined, that's significant, but yet overall our donations have really increased. The U.S. Postal Drive that happens every May was canceled. The Evergreen State Fair, the first day of the fair, is a food drive, and we normally get about 10,000 pounds of food from that. The Postal Drive, we usually get about 12 to 14,000 pounds, in addition to all the other food drives. Some of the programs we do here at the food bank, in response to COVID again, is the Masks for Arlington. We've distributed more than 17,000 masks in Arlington. Some of those are from the organization Masks for Arlington, so they're handmade masks. Others are provided from the city of Arlington and some from Snohomish County. Another program is Fresh Boxes, which is, again, the CARES Act funding program, and that's where The government has bought those fresh produce, dairy products, and meat products. I applied to be a subcontractor, and we received these fresh boxes. Some of you may have seen it on social media. I had them delivered. I partnered with Elemental Hard Cider. They became my shipping warehouse, and every other week I received a semi-load of about 30 pallets of food, and we shared 157,000 pounds of food with 10 other food banks in North Snohomish County. I'm really proud of that program. We partner with a Christmas Wish, teaming up to provide 1,000 children 0 to 18 with Christmas gifts in the Arlington and Darrington area. And this year, a Christmas house, which is in Everett, that provides about 10,000 kids with Christmas gifts, is not happening due to COVID. So they contacted me. They had heard about our food bank because of the CFAP program that I was a subcontractor with, and some other things that we're doing. And they had all their toys in storage. And so they contacted me to distribute all of their toys between the same food banks that I had distributed the CFAP boxes through. So I distributed all of their toys amongst 13 other food banks in North Snohomish County, and a Christmas Wish received 6 pallets of toys. So that's really going to help a Christmas Wish this year too. A simple gesture is working with local businesses to provide convenient donation outlets to increase food insecurity awareness within our community and get our businesses involved. The Meals Till Monday program is a supplemental food program for Arlington School District students pre-K through 12. It provides meal packs to students who may not otherwise have access to food resources during non-school days. The Arlington School District identifies kids at risk, and the food bank provides and distributes the food bags weekly to each school for the child to easily assemble into healthy meals. In response to COVID, the program has expanded by 448%. So prior to COVID, we were providing the schools with about 210 bags a week. Currently, we're providing over 1,200 bags a week. That's in combination to the school directly and here at the food bank. Because of COVID and virtual learning, accessibility is a real issue for families. So we pack the bags here. We load the bags in a utility trailer, and the school district has their transportation department come pick up the trailer, and they deliver them to each district office. Parents they go on the website, the district website, and log in where they can pick up their bags, along with the school breakfast and lunches. And if they can't get to the school, they can pick up packs here at the food bank. So the district currently is distributing somewhere between 700 and 900 packs a week. And here at the food bank, we're distributing anywhere between 400 and 500 packs a week. So last year, from October of 2018 to September of 19, we distributed 39,800 pounds of food worth the cost of that program was $66,900. From October of 2019 through September of 2020, we have distributed 219,000 pounds of food for a cost of $370,000. Our latest partnership, or one of our latest partnerships, is with North Snohomish County Outreach. Their mission is to build relationships with those experiencing poverty in North Snohomish County while meeting basic human needs to give people dignity and creating healthier, happier communities. This is at the core of the food bank's mission. North Snohomish County Outreach offers a weekly program in partnership with local laundromats to meet people where they are at and provide free laundry. We joined the partnership to provide weekly meal packs for each individual to make food accessible for all. 10,000 pounds of food have been distributed since May of 2020. Meal packs include non-perishable, self-contained, high-protein foods requiring no cooking. These specialty items for this important program are limited from food donations we receive from the community and are supplemented with food purchases from monetary donations and grants. This is the latest partnership that I'm super, super excited about. Arlington High School is partnering with us for a mobile food truck. Arlington High School ASB believes no one should have to decide between keeping the lights on or feeding their children. Our goal is to raise $150,000 to secure a refrigerated food truck to improve services to our community by summer of 2021. Some of our most vulnerable neighbors who struggle with food insecurity cannot physically get to the food bank. Arlington High School is committed to help us. To donate to this project, you can visit our website and click on ways to give. It has a specific link to join through their high school food truck program. It's really exciting to have the youth get involved with food insecurity and helping their neighbors. And they're doing all kinds of fun programs. They have a live concert for the whole family coming up on December 10th. You can again log on to their onto their website and see information about it. It's called Blue Moon Boy. The Moberly, Scott and Robin, started volunteering this summer, and I had talked to Scott about the high school just doing some commercials for the food bank. Just to kind of break the stigma about food banking, not about fundraising, just about coming to the food bank. Because I think COVID is a really great opportunity to kind of level the playing field that anybody can utilize the food bank. You know, it's a resource to utilize your, you know, if you use the food bank, you can use your resources to pay your rent, your mortgage, your utilities, your medical bills. And even if you use that money to buy a new pair of shoes or go out to dinner that stimulates your local economy, it helps all of us be healthier and to not be embarrassed or be shameful. And with COVID, there's a lot more people in the same situation. And so we started talking and we had a few meetings with a couple of students and they said, well, what are your needs? What's on your bucket list? And I brought this to the table that the board had talked about last February before COVID, and they got really excited and they said, we want to be part of this campaign. So I just think it's really exciting that, and then the whole student body got on board. So if any corporation or business wants to be involved, we will be looking at partners to have their logo on the truck. You can contact me directly.
Carla, do you know where they're at with their fundraising?
They just started the campaign, and I think they're like at $6,000 just in-house, which is huge. So, and we will be working at getting grants for the truck too. So you know, I think it's a really attainable thing once we get going. It's kind of the fall right now, and you know, being really a staff of 1.5 with the holidays coming, I feel bad I haven't been able to really commit to them, but as soon as January comes, I'll get going on that more too. And COVID is a little tough, but it's going to happen. I have no doubt.
Carla,
So we're not going to let COVID stop it.
can you also post that website where you donate for the truck on the Rotary website as well? So
Yes, I will.
that would be
I
great.
will.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then about donating, your monetary donations go farther and allow us to provide healthy items like fresh produce, dairy, bakery items, and specialty care. It allows us to better control our inventory, manage expiration dates, and purchase items at a significant savings, including purchases from our partner agency, Food Lifeline, for as low as 3 cents per pound. Handling donations during COVID-19 has presented additional safety challenges. We are currently discouraging individual food donations. Thank you for your support. What questions can I answer?
Carla, this is Bob. You have that program going with North Snohomish County Outreach. I know that a lot of churches also partner with those meals and bring meals to help people when they have laundry. Are these ones you're doing are to take home so that when they don't do laundry, they have something to eat?
Yes, they're all non-perishable, several day pack of food.
Nice touch.
Say, Carla, it's Jeff. You had a graph up there that showed a big dip in May when you reduced the amount of groceries per person. And then it went back up. And I'm wondering if you are able to give more food per person, or was there more people, or was there both?
Both. We first significantly reduced it. We went with you know, everything was brand new, and FEMA sent a FEMA guideline emergency box. Kind of, this is what we recommend. And so my first thought was plan for the worst and hope for the best. And it was pretty bare bones. And so then I kept building on that, and we're like, okay, we can give more. And then I didn't have the CFAP subcontract. So that contract became available everywhere in Washington State except Snohomish County. And VOA is our lead agency to get food typically through. It handles our USDA government commodity food, and they turned down that CFAP, that CARES Act subcontract for these fresh boxes. And I found out about that, and it really made me unhappy. And so I started digging, because, you know, I kind of can do that. And I'm like, this is not okay. And so to take that on, it was a huge feat. And I'm like, this is not okay. So Dell Dearling is the director of the Marysville Food Bank. I called him and I'm like, there's this contract hanging out there, you know, but you need a huge warehouse, you need cold storage. And I got on the phone with Ty Trinary and Barb, you know, the mayor, and Paul, and I'm like, we need to figure this out. And anyway, long story short, I also, because of that, ended up getting a $50,000 grant for a new cold storage facility here at the food bank that's here. So we have a new $50,000 freezer and cooler outside the food bank, in addition to the one inside the building. So we now have cold storage for a lot more product, because Snohomish County wasn't getting all of this food. I mean, 157,000 pounds of food at $1.68 pound is a huge value that our residents weren't getting. And so that also allowed us to give a lot more food. And then the Monroe prison contacted me. So people start hearing that you're willing to take this amount of work on. And they said, we have a farm garden. You know, we're here and you're distributing. Would you be interested? But, you know, you have to have a truck and you have to have cold storage. Will you come and pick it up? So we started getting 7 acres of fresh produce from the Monroe prison every Friday, which ended up being 14,000 pounds of fresh produce over the growing season from them. So we were able to provide people with amazing fresh product all summer. And that really increased our poundage. Yeah. So instead of 90 pounds, I think for about 3 months, they were getting 90 pounds, and then it went back up to 120 pounds of service to each person. And then the Thanksgiving service started this week, and they're getting 150 pounds in each part right now. So they're getting a lot of food here, and it's really fresh, beautiful food.
So Carla, what do you do on the other days of the week?
Personally,
That's a lot of activities. Wow.
well, I'm married to the food bank, but I love it right now. So, you know, doing something with such a purpose of, you know, that whole work-life balance thing that's going to be my resolution next year.
Hey,
You're
Carla,
doing an awesome job, Carla.
Thank you.
Does that food truck have is it equipped to actually cook food, or are you just gonna use it
No,
to distribute?
no, it's literally, it's for distribution. So it's refrigerated. The side opens up and it has like the trays that the food sits in. It's for food distribution. So we have one of the largest geographic area to distribute food banking. So there's 20 food banks in Snohomish County, but we go all the way to Darrington proper. And so the issue is, you know, and we don't have great bus service, as we all know. And we do home deliveries, but it's very limited. And I have found, and our home deliveries just started with COVID, you know, because of quarantine people, we started a home delivery system. But even with that, we ran into snags with it because I had 2 home delivery people and one ended up in a car wreck and then another one ended up sick. So last minute, then I'm doing home deliveries. And so, not like, oh, woe is me, but that's why, I have 17-hour days, 4 out of 7 days a week. And so, and it has to happen when you're feeding people. There's not an option to sit a day out. It just is what it is. So I feel like instead of trying to do, 35 home deliveries doesn't sound like very many, but it's really overwhelming. If you have a food truck, you could go park at, because typically a low income area is, in a specific area. So you could take a home, that food truck to the Stillwater Senior Center. And they have a 2-hour window that they can shop on that day of the week. And you can take it to this apartment complex. And you could take it to park it at the Bryant store the second Tuesday of the month, or the second and the fourth, and to Jordan Trails and the Trafton store and up to the White Horse Trailhead and different things. And that's what they do. I've talked a lot. There's a food truck in a really poor area in California. They've been really helpful. And I've done a lot of, there's not a lot of these food trucks, but this particular truck is in Canada. And I looked at buying a beer truck and refurbishing it, but the cost to buy the truck and then have it converted and not get exactly what we want. And so I think this is small enough that you don't have to have a CDL to drive it. We could just serve so many more people, and it restores dignity because people can walk up to it and shop and get what they want. So reduce that waste.
Carla, what's as far as your estimate on what it would take to run that truck, as far as maintenance and gas, and how would that be dealt with just out of your budget, or?
Yeah, and so this truck runs on the refrigeration is actually on battery, and so it's pretty efficient truck. It's about the size. It's they have a 14, 16, and 18 foot, so it's not it's pretty efficient. Gas or diesel, I think we would go with the gas one. And I'm going to have Ed Thomas look more into that, our board member who kind of handles more on that end of it. When I first looked into this and was talking with the school, my ballpark budget for it was $150,000. That included everything in it, like the crates, and then having the outside wrapped with our logoing and everything. But the purchase price from the food truck to order it, and this is in Canada though, is actually $94,000. So we're going to be way under that 150. We need to update that after we get, I need to talk to John Peters and all of that.
Carla, what do you I did a little bit of math here. It looks like you value your food at about $1.80 a pound.
$1.68. It was $1.73. So the USDA sets the value, and that's what we have to for when we do our $9.90 and everything. And it was $1.73 a pound, and it changed 18 months ago. The food bank year. So my numbers are I did a number for you from January. Some of the reports that Laura Mino, I told you, did my slides for me. So I want to thank her and give her credit for that. She's fabulous. The Meals Till Monday numbers I wanted to give you from a school year, September through September, but the food bank year, my food bank system runs July 1st to June 30th. So it's hard to pull numbers out of my system year to dates and stuff. I was going to tell you the new households from January through today, we've served 6,900 households, and of those, 1,500 of them had never been to this food bank before. So 1,500 people since January had never been to the food bank. But like January, February, March, each month, there were like 50 new households each month. So starting in COVID, especially like in July, there were 365 new households. every month there's like 200 new households every month since COVID. It's just incredible, the growth since COVID.
So did I hear you say you could purchase like at 3 cents a pound?
Yeah, so our partner agency is Food Lifeline. It's Feeding America nationwide is there's Northwest Hunger,
Coalition.
and Feeding America, which in Western Washington is called Food Lifeline. And they procure food like, Cheerios has a label on their box and they decide to change their marketing, but the product is still good, even has a Best By date a year out. And they will sell it or donate it to Food Lifeline in mass quantity. And then we can buy it. Every Wednesday is my food order day from them at 7 a.m. All of us in Snohomish County, all our food banks, because we're in the Snohomish County Food Bank Coalition. And it's like an auction. There's only certain things available that day. And it's like a mad race and those things are available for 3 cents a pound. And then there's other things that I can order for more money, but way cheaper than the store. It might be, 40 cents on the dollar type of stuff. So every Wednesday I order probably 4,000 to 5,000 pounds of food from Food Lifeline. I usually don't order anything from Food Lifeline that costs money unless I really need it. So from there I order like the 8-ounce shelf stable milk is usually available for me. Stuff, and then from the federal government, I also get, so that always comes every Monday and we get our federal government commodities, which is about 5,000 pounds a week. And then all our grocery rescue food comes in. That's another third of our food. And then the rest of the food is community donated or purchased.
Carla, this is Danette. When you are short of volunteers for your home delivery, do you have the ability to put the word out to like the Rotary that you need help with that? And could people help? I understand the logistics because I ran Meals on Wheels in Orlando. We delivered to 600 homes a day. So I totally understand the time involved. Is that at all feasible?
It is what happened like recently was the volunteers are a little challenging because it's, as you know, last minute. Like I'll get they'll deliver, I deliver Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. and I'll get a text at 8:30. Hey, sorry, I can't be there today. Right. But as you know, the people are expecting their food at their normal time. So I plan on doing my, so it's just a challenge.
But I mean, is that where we could help you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Carla, just a quick question. Thank you so much for what you're doing. And it's, there's so much of information. I would love to connect with you offline as well. Just one question is, are you registered on Benevity or Microsoft?
Yes.
You are, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll connect with you offline on your fundraising goals because there's something that we are running in Microsoft and Apple right now. So I wanted to see like if I can help out, like just in.
Probably because it's not great. And really quick, I didn't cover, so Dave Kraske isn't on today, but he wanted me to mention, so the Santa Run food drive is Saturday, December 12th is the Rotary night. And I think he's going to send a club runner evite about that. And there is a service meeting tonight that will talk more details. But the Christmas boxes, I think Jim Kelly set the date for December 10th. And I would like to have those here at the food bank this year because that'll make it easier. So food banking is an essential business, obviously. And so I think we can do a pretty good job of getting as many Rotarians involved as would like. And I'll connect with AJ about how to get the best marketing out and registration, but we'll set up a line to pack the boxes here. And I think we can do it at a normal meeting start time at 11:30. And We'll pack the boxes kind of similar as we did at the church, though it's a lot more ergonomically friendly here. And we can have some people pack boxes and then some people make deliveries. And if some people wanted to call people who are receiving the Christmas boxes, that would be another part of the service project. So between all of those things, we could have almost all of the Rotarians involved, socially distanced safely. So if people have questions about how to do that, but the food bank is pretty large, it'd be great.
Carla, this is Cindy, and are you going to have a sign up for your, to purchase the baskets like we've done in the past? And will that be on the website, or what's the best way for the Rotarians to do that?
Yeah, I had just found out from Jim just like yesterday or the other day that they wanted to do that. So I guess I know on Club Runner, you can't say, yes, you want to participate and yes, you want to buy. You can't do all of that on the same sign up. So I guess to you, Cindy, how do you want them to sign up and pay for it? We'll have to figure out how to do it.
It's always been done through the Arlington Rotary Foundation because I'm sorry, they're doing some building. It's always, so then it's a tax deduction. So it's been done by the foundation, and the money's always gone to Kathy, which this year it would go to John. And then John just sends me the money, and then I pay grocery outlet. And with the overage of monies, I send that directly to the food bank, which I do have overages right now to send to you. I'm just waiting for the last check